Welcome to this audio introduction to DIY Dancer, a short film commissioned by FRONTLINEdance that is 4 minutes 30 seconds in duration. This film gave associate artist Kayleigh Price and members of the community dance groups the opportunity to work together to produce a unique piece of dance put on film for the first time. The performing dancers are from FRONTLINEdance's community programs, Breakthrou Dance, Moving Together, and the new Advanced Training Program, and ages range from 7 to 77 years old. FRONTLINEdance, with deaf, disabled and neurodivergent dancers and those with long-term health conditions, are performers with a diverse mix of disabilities, wheelchair users, learning disabled, autistic, neurodivergent, and physically disabled. The Screen Dance project centres on a poem written by community dance participant Mary Goddan, featured in the film's conclusion, that is all about the power of dance and how the art of expression releases inhibition. Movements and choreographic tasks were created and conceived by Kayleigh Price and taught by FRONTLINEdance facilitators. Specific solo pairings and small groups rehearsed and prepared before going through them individually with Kayleigh, and it all came together over 1.5 days, filmed in January 2024 at Bentley's Neighbourhood Centre in Stoke-on-Trent, both inside and outside the building. The 29-plus performers in the film wear long-sleeve white t-shirts, denim jeans, and a variety of training shoes in different styles and colours. The Screen Dance features solos, duos, and group performance, and is a celebration of expression through dance. The film begins with an aerial view of Bentley and Stoke-on-Trent, above the houses, gardens and roads, zooming in on the neighbourhood centre as to suggest this is where all the dancers are coming together. It begins in daylight outside on a concrete floor against a shelter with 4 raised blue poles and a flat roof, the size of a double-decker bus, with green bushes on either side in front of a main road with a red van parked and a green landscape in the background, with a solo performance from Kevaughn, a black man in his late 20s, and ends at night time in the same location with Mary, a white woman with grey hair, in her 60s. An aerial view of the streets, roads, houses and gardens of Bentley zooms into view. The words DIY Dancer with FRONTLINEdance underneath are highlighted in a white font. We centre in on the neighbourhood centre complex with businesses on either side, with cars and vans parked out in front where the dance is about to take place. A black man in his late 20s dances outside by the shelter. His arms move inwards, his hands reaching to cover his face before stretching his body outward, moving expressively, kicking his legs up in the air, swirling his body around with graceful precision, clasping his hands together, moving them upwards towards the sky as he sways from side to side, opening his arms out wide, creating a sense of belonging and freedom. We move inside. A young girl stands smiling in front of a wall with a plant and a notice board and swirls her arms around. She is joined one by one by the company of dancers in a reception area, all wearing white tops and denim jeans, dancing expressively with lots of hand movements as they link arms one by one, creating togetherness. A young boy of mixed heritage and Down syndrome wearing glasses seated touches his face and thighs. He joins an older white woman with grey hair and glasses as they dance smiling in the corridor, arms spread out like an aeroplane, weaving in and out of the space. A Down syndrome woman in her 30s alone in a long corridor expresses her feeling through the joy of dance and movement. She joins a group in a large hall and they dance happily and expressively together. Solo dancers and small groups are shown in different corridors of the centre, demonstrating the power of artistic expression and their love for dance, some spaced out across a wall, others huddled close, swaying and moving together. A lady in a wheelchair and tall slim man with facial piercings dance together in a spacious hall. Leaving the woman alone, she glides across the space, reaching out her arms and clasping her hands together, smiling. The man with piercings, along with a younger male with Down syndrome, dance a duet separately in a corridor. An elderly woman of mixed heritage, glasses and patterned hat dances sitting down smiling. The young boy in the corridor twirls. Back in the community hall, a group of 11, including the lady dancing in her wheelchair, sit together in the centre, moving and waving their hands up in the air in formation, swaying from side to side. A woman with tattoos on her arm dances with 4 others seated or using expressive hand movements, intercut with close-ups of their arms and hands, plus the group in the community hall. Mary, underneath an illuminated shelter at night, walks forward dancing full of expression and passion. Split-screen Kayleigh signs and daylight with green bushes and houses in the background.
Expression is never a case of right or wrong, and with an art form that travels, you'll always belong. From the sun-kissed shore at Shanklin to the Glastonbury tour, when inspiration takes you, just roll across the floor. Mary, the DIY dancer, a plethora of passions, to nurture the soul, imagination and improvisation, classic and contemporary, freedom and connection, enjoyment as the goal. Allow yourself to relinquish inhibition and refrain, as dancing soothes the body and the brain.
Mary walks towards some railings, her back to us, and looks out into the darkness with deep reflection and satisfaction. Her face comes into side view with the night sky and the flicker of lights in the distance. Credits read: dancers Daniel Alcock, Jamie Baker, Leo Brass, Harry Brow, Rebecca Burnett, Matt Abbott, Nicole Cottrell, Anna Davis-Roberts, Chad Farnell, Janet Fowle, Mila Garside, Mary Goddan, George Green, Gay Hoban, Elizabeth Hope, David Jowett, Kevaughn Laing, Matthew Lines, Beck Minor, Kelsey Moss, Kiana Reed, Grace Routledge, Faith Sargent, Charles Scrivener, Marissa DeSalva, Karen Shaw, Gabby Triggerus, Maja Vujic, Ben Wilson. Choreography, concept and direction Kayleigh Price. Film by Jay Gearing. Composition Luke Samuel Marley. Thanks to FRONTLINEdance for the project commission and support. Rachel Lines, Lucy Labadie, Amy Thompson, Suzanne Frolick, Bentley Neighbourhood Centre, New Friars College, Regent College, and Landau. Supported by Arts Council England. Funded by the UK Government. Produced by FRONTLINEdance. Audio description by Tim Calvert of Calvert Creative Concepts.